Does anyone else ever feel like that school, like public school, that the school that you went to when you were a kid, was sort of a hazing ritual, right? Public school to me feels very much like a hazing ritual. And I was thinking about this yesterday. I was trying to fall asleep, and I was thinking about how shitty my experience is with public school. And I remember thinking about this like a lot of like you spent the formative years of your existence learning completely useless information. And I remember, getting bullied in school, and like all the teachers, like hate the kids, and they control when you go to the restroom, when you do this, when you do that, when you eat, right? And there's a lot of similarities between the school system and the prison system. I think that was my first ever conspiracy theory that I ever got into whenever I was in middle school. That was the first ever conspiracy theory that sort of, I guess you could say, started, waking me up or whatever. And then I started looking at other things right back then, but like that was the main thing that sort of woke me up to like how fucked this planet is. But like it does feel like a hazing ritual, because think about it, like they wasted your childhood doing making you learn useless information, doing stuff that doesn't help you. They didn't pay you for your time. You didn't get anything out of it, and I feel like the whole purpose of school is to act as a hazing ritual for kids entering society. That's the whole purpose of it. And like the whole thing about like school being mostly useless information that you learn, like none of the information that you learn in school actually helps you in life. That's not by accident. It's not because, oh, it's just incompetent people, at the top of the power structure or whatever. It's actually by design. I think that is a mind control tactic. It's a trauma based mind control, system implemented on a wide scale, like making people do useless tasks under the threat of punishment, or like making people spend most of their time doing useless things that don't help them. That is a form of mind control. That is a form of hazing, making people jump through hoops like a circus animal. That's literally what school is designed to do. That's literally what school is for. School is there to essentially haze children, to haze like, you in your formative years, to tolerate bullshit, right? To make, yet again, because none of the information actually helps you in life. None of the information that you learn in school actually helps you in any way, shape, or form. You're not getting paid for you to waste your entire childhood there, and it's fucked, because like your parents literally gave authority over your time and over your mind to the government. That's what school is. Because make no mistake, schools are government buildings. Teachers are government employees cramming the system's narrative of the nature of reality. That's what school is. That's what school really is. And these fucking teachers, man, like I don't know how they hire these teachers, because it's like I've never, like, I can probably count on one hand the good teachers that I've had, right? Like one or two. Or like the rest of the teachers, it's either they really really hate kids, or they really really love kids, if you know what I mean. Like I've never seen a teacher that actually likes being around kids. Like it's always like they hate kids, and they don't want to be around them. But yet again, like just think about like that mental image of jumping through hoops like a circus animal. That is the entire point of spending 12 years of your formative years of your brain developing doing useless tasks. Spending all of your like being, and I remember being sleep deprived, because it's not enough that they keep you 8 hours in the day. That they have to send work home with you, so that you spend more, so that you spend all of your time doing useless things that don't help you because someone told you to do it, right? And yet again, this is a hazing ritual, so that when you enter society, you've tolerated so much bullshit, so many bullies, so many mean teachers, so many useless paperwork and useless, Google Docs assignments. You've tolerated that so much in your childhood that you don't even know what normal is. Like you are so tolerant of the BS because you've spent 12 years tolerating bullshit when you were a kid. And so whenever you enter society, you think, oh, this is just the way things are. So whenever your boss acts the same way, your boss or your shitty, manager, or whatever shitty, soul crushing 9 to 5 you work at, whenever they treat you the same way that your teachers treat you, you think, oh, okay, this is normal, right? You've been hazed, you've been traumatized with it when you were a child, and so you think that that's normal society. You think that that is the normal way things are supposed to be, because that's exactly what school is designed to do. It is a hazing ritual for children. It is hazing. It is, um, shocking the brains of children with trauma, so that they're more tolerant of it whenever they become adults. So instead of starting revolutions, instead of changing things, instead of being intolerant, they're more tolerant to jumping through hoops like a circus animal. And it does feel like to me like that school is like a humiliation ritual. It really did feel like a humiliation ritual because, oh yeah, we're going to make you do this thing, and we're going to make you do these useless tasks. We're going to cram useless information into your head that's never going to help you in life. We're not going to pay you for it, and we're going to waste your entire childhood doing it. That does seem to be a humiliation ritual. And I just wanted to make a quick video about this because this is just something that's been simmering in the back of my mind. I do think that public school, I do think that going through the school system was a hazing ritual for a lot of us. Unless you had really good friends and unless you had really good teachers or whatever. But I mean, most like the majority of people, I think they just had a shitty experience with school. People say, "Oh, these are the best years of your life." Nah, no. I remember those being the worst years of my life. I remember low key wanting to like. I mean, I don't know. It was dark times for me, but I've just been thinking about that in relation to like MK Ultra, in relation to mind control tactics, right? Trauma based mind control, learned helplessness. You research what that is if you don't know what it is. If you don't know what learned helplessness is, right? Yet again, what are they doing? They're making you do useless tasks, cramming your mind with useless information, and you're getting bullied by all the kids at school, and all the teachers don't like you, and they get to tell you when you can't control over your biological functions. You can't even decide. It's not even up to you whether or not you go to the fucking restroom. I mean that's fucking mind control. That's trauma based mind control. That's learned helplessness. That's oh I have to do this useless all of these useless worksheets. I have to learn all this useless information. I have to do all these useless tasks that don't help me that don't help me in the long run because the system told me to. Right? That's what school teaches really. It's not about the information that you learn explicitly. Right? Maybe elementary school was like the only like because beyond elementary school stuff, and unless you're in like a specialized field like engineering, or you're like a historian or something, the rest of school is just completely useless to the average person, right? That like everything, like almost all the things that I use nowadays, in terms of like the stuff that helps me in my day-to-day life was self-taught, right? I mean, think about that. Like they wasted 12 years of your life teaching you useless information, and you had to teach yourself the stuff that actually helps you. Isn't that crazy? Oh yeah, I just think that's crazy. I think that it really does help to sort of look at the public school system as sort of sort of like a toned down version of MK Ultra. It really is like a hazing ritual for the masses, right? Getting children in their formative years when their brains are developing and teaching them that you have to do useless things because the system told you to. You have to do it, like teaching them helplessness. Yet again, learned helplessness, right? That this is what school really teaches people. And so whenever they go into society, yet again, they've been hazed by 12 years of school, K through 12. Right? They've been hazed by it. And so now they're so used to bullshit. They're so used to tolerating bullshit from authority because they had to. You had to for 12 years of your fucking life. You don't know what's normal. You don't know that you're not supposed to tolerate people infringing on your boundaries. You don't know that you're supposed to like, you don't know what you're supposed to tolerate because you've been traumatized with all this bullshit and with all the bullying, all the big all the big homework packets you had to do over winter break or whatever. You've been bombarded with useless information, with like with the requirement to do useless tasks and to be around people you don't like. Because I remember being in school, and like I didn't like anyone at school. I didn't like anyone at school. So you had to be around people you don't like. You had to listen to teachers you didn't like. You had to learn information that doesn't help you now. You had to do tasks that you didn't want to do and that didn't help you. You didn't get compensated for your time. They stole your childhood away so that they can haze you, so that they can make you more tolerant of bullshit, because that's what school is about. It's about learned helplessness. It's about hazing. It's about teaching people to be more tolerant of bullshit. It's about and it's also about downloading the system's narrative of reality. It's about downloading like the official version of history, right? So it's about downloading the official version of what reality is and how you should think and how you shouldn't think. Because if you think about things in the wrong way, then you get a bad grade, right? And so yeah, I mean, I just been thinking about that. I think that public school was a hazing ritual. I don't think there's any other explanation. There's a reason why all the information that you learn in school is completely useless. It's designed to be that way as a humiliation ritual, as a hazing ritual. It's not by accident. But yeah, that's the video.